So I was watching this while I was like, well, another thing I'm actually gonna do just because I saw this. If you guys see this right here, this entire all of this is face fat. You can actually kind of see it. For me, when I get stressed out, all of my fat and stress goes here. So I'm gonna show if you stay on this channel for maybe the next month, just because I'm getting pretty serious about. I told you guys I'm going from a state of pretty unhealth to health for me, like, and I come from pretty extreme places. So you guys are gonna see me drop about like 20 pounds in the next month, and all of this is gonna be gone. That's another conversation though. So you can kind of watch. We can watch me chisel my own jawline without any plastic surgery. I was watching some of Kenya's videos and I was gonna do a whole thing where I'm like, if Kenya changed this, this, and this, we could watch her chisel her own face. And I was like, that might be like going too far. But I'll just show you guys on my own face. Not the point though. So I was watching something with I think her name is Irina Baldwin or something. Ireland Baldwin, and she was on Emrata's podcast, and she was talking about nepotism. They said some things that I thought were funny. They were like, as you become an older white woman, you drink white wine. I don't know what it is now. Maybe it's just because in I'm currently tasting a lot of wines, and I think I also am moving away from red into white wine. There's a whole thing about like brute to brute, and I could talk about wine for a long time, but I won't do that now. But the point here is that like Alec Baldwin, an actor, obviously you might be familiar with him if you're familiar with American film, but not a very attractive dude, for being honest. But I think he was pretty successful, right, in terms of like Hollywood and his movies and stuff. But if you also go look at Ireland Baldwin, also not very attractive. Like in the whatever she has going on right now, it could be because maybe she's just not into fashion or something. But even I like feel like I was looking back and at her prime just wasn't giving. Like especially when we see like I think we should get back to a place where we just really like appreciate beauty for what it is and not nepotism, because I even feel like people are giving Sophia Richie. I guess I would say, yeah, she's pretty, but like she's just not. I'm sorry, maybe I'm like anti like European beauty in like all these ways that are like it just like you have to be like just above and beyond. You have to be like Linda Evangelista or like Kate Moss. You need to just be giving me like Giselle, or else it's just not like I can't see it. Like average looking white women just do not do it for me in any way at all. Especially just because I feel like my lens is so like global, where I feel like I look at every single, especially in terms of like feminine beauty, like I'm comparing every person to the best in their class. So like if we're talking about Asian women, I'm going to be like, okay, so we can compare you to like a particular Blackpink member, or like if you're like a Latina person, I made a whole video like all the people who are Latina who I think are attractive. J Lo is not on the list. Anyway, like so it's not like this one beauty standard, and Ireland Baldwin doesn't even fall on any category at all. So it's just really weird for her to talk about all of her success in like modeling. Like how? Like she's not tall. Like nepotism. That's what I mean. The thing that really drives me nuts is like some of us have like literally started like we've and I feel like I did not have to do this, but I did it because I wanted to like really understand how to go from one step to another. Um how can I say this? Like um just being a woman, you have so much. Okay? Like you can just do fucking so much. You have this opportunity to do all of these things, and like your value in society is like already predicated just on like your birth. But like why are we trying to promote, like, the thing with nepotism that really is strange and kind of sucks is that people are occupying spaces that actually were created and should be occupied by somebody else. Like, whoever gave Ireland Baldwin those modeling contracts and those opportunities were signaling to other people who consume fashion, like, let's say me, that like I'm supposed to like want to be her. Like, I don't. Like, you're just like promoting ugliness, which is like strange. It's like, well, that's supposed to be the opposite. That's why I can't even take like the beauty industry seriously right now. It's like for so long they've been like gaslighting African beauty and trying to make us all feel like, oh, my like thicker hair or my like, honey skin or something, that's supposed to be like a detractor from my beauty. And then you'll hear like niggers like Kanye West, they'll get up all day and they'll be like, white women are this, like white women are that. Like, I'm not even mad. Like, the fact that like Kanye West is over in a corner with his weird wife, like, this is perfect. Just stay the fuck away from a regular society because like we don't need it. But like also, no, like they're even the thing that I would really like if you're a black guy on this channel, just like really realize this, like, there is a such thing as like a white community. I know because I grew up in it and I feel like I'm still heavily consumed in it now. But like, everyone who stays on the straight and narrow gets the shit that they're supposed to get. So like all the girls who are like perfectly chaste and who just like went to college and like stayed in their relationships and didn't do OnlyFans and all the shit, they're all like married in middle class to upper middle class, like all of them. The only people that you see like falling off, going into OnlyFans and porn, those are all like the poor girls who were like born poor, like they didn't have anything. Their parents were poor, like they don't actually know how to participate in middle class society. So that's why you have to have conversations about like upward mobility. Like, if you grew up middle class, you know the norms and the standards. That's why you see like, go look around. Like, who's on the OnlyFans couch and who's not? Who are like if that's the other thing I think is really strange. Like, American society will have you believing that there's like no black middle class and that there's not like, and what the average black girl experience is. I think maybe like a Bria Jones or like a, I mean, I think trying to normalize my experience as being a normal one is weird. Maybe Amanda Mariana, her experience is a pretty normal one. Like, I think she is a very good indicator of like average black girl experience, all the things that she's talking about. Um, and they're like culturally appropriate, as in like they match with the things that are happening with in society in Gen Z. It just makes more sense. Like, looking at her experience is pretty like typical for like most black girls. Like, the thing with like rap music that's so strange is like, it will just have you believing that like every black person lives in the hood, because like, I will say there's a lot of black people who live in the hood, but it isn't like, uh, maybe I shouldn't say that. That's not true. Let's say if the black community, there's 100 black people, 100 black girls. There'll probably be like 50 black girls who are like impoverished. Okay, there will be like 30 black girls who are middle class and like 20 black girls who are like upper middle class, and then there will be like Lori Harvey. Okay. I feel, or you might like push, maybe it's like 40 black girls who are like middle class and then like 10 black girls who are upper middle class, or 9 black girls who are upper middle class, and then Lori Harvey, right? So there's like one who's like the 1%. So yes, maybe like that 50 out of 100, that's a large number who are like poor. But the thing is, like, we're optimizing on that experience, like that's all of them. There's still like 40 black girls who are all having this like middle class experience that basically nobody has explored until fucking YouTube now. And it just and so when you're talking about representation, and especially in the beauty industry, like, we all live in the same world, and at no point will like Ireland Baldwin be like the top of the beauty pyramid. Like, if she wasn't rich, she would be nothing. Like, what she has going is her name. Point blank, that's it. And I'm sorry, but I just feel like I don't want to live in the society where like her name takes her farther than her beauty, because like her beauty couldn't get her down the block. So I'm sorry, but like somebody has to say it, and I guess I'll be the one. It's very likely that she's a kind person. Like, I'm not saying that either. Like, just because I'm being critical, that's the thing. If she talked about all these things, how she didn't want to go into entertainment and how she wanted to do all these other things, like, why didn't she do those other things? And she was like, well, the money was so easy in modeling. It was like, but there's like all these girls who actually do want to be models, and they're like fit to do it. So like, why wouldn't the, like, she's like taking an opportunity from those girls, and that's what's fucking weird about all of it. Like, I think nepotism and like network effects are so strange, because like in the same way that I get on here and I'm like, I don't want to work with certain people, I get it, because like some people are like, they don't want to work with me, and we're all sitting here saying it at the same time, like, I don't want to live amongst these people, I don't want to work amongst these people. Everybody has all these preferences, right? Like, I want it this way, I want it that way. We all have preferences, like everybody, like not just you. And the weird thing too is like getting on the internet, you'll like listen to these dudes who will say all this shit, blah blah blah, I want this, I expect this, oh, I want a woman like this. Yeah, dude, I'm sure. It's kind of like when you go to Chick-fil-A, and then ever you hear, before you go to Chick-fil-A, everyone's like talking about all the sauces. Oh my god, the sauces are so good, the sauces are delicious, love the Chick-fil-A sauce. So that's why Chick-fil-A is popular, and like everybody goes to Chick-fil-A because we all love the sauces. Now, obviously, like everyone on planet Earth cannot go to Chick-fil-A and get all of the sauces all the time, because there's just like not enough. How can you say it? There's not enough merchandise for us all to have Chick-fil-A every single time that we want it. There just isn't enough. So, some people who live in, suburban parts of America will have Chick-fil-A while everyone else doesn't. Like, there's no Chick-fil-A in the hood of Oakland. If you didn't know that, now you know. But there for sure is one in Mountain View, and there's like two by me right now. So like there, everybody doesn't have access to Chick-fil-A. Some people only get McDonald's, but also McDonald's nuggets are delicious. They are. They're so good. They're so good. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe go listen to this Baldwin person. I thought Haley Baldwin is Alec Baldwin's daughter too. Maybe she's like a stepdaughter. I really don't know. Haley Baldwin's actually pretty, which is what is so ironic about all of it. It's like, oh, maybe she's like the stepdaughter is like the pretty one. It's like the same thing with Steve Harvey. He has other children that aren't just like Lori Harvey, I'm pretty sure. And Lori Harvey, I think, is like his stepchild. So like he didn't actually birth, like he's not the father of Lori Harvey. She has like a real father who's like not him. It's just the media wants you to believe that like those two people are genetically related when they are not. Whatever. Yeah, it's not really, it's not giving. It's just not like everyone doesn't get all of the things. Like some people do, like maybe Giselle and Tom Brady, probably a really good genetic match. Like both really attractive, both really successful. I really wish we had an example of this. Maybe Sierra and Russell Williams are actually a good, Wilson or whatever. Sierra and her husband are another really good match. Those are pretty attractive people who come together. But so often in the black community, like we'll see like a really wealthy guy with just like a hideous wife, and you're just like, just turn the camera off, sir. Like I actually don't care what you have to say, because like of all the women on planet Earth, like that's who you picked. I don't. Ugh. I thought it was funny too, because I saw like so Trey Songz used to date Helen, right? But then he had a baby with someone else, and his child looks like a little alien, and I was just like, karma is real. And I know people like to get online all day and be like, no, there are no ugly children. That's not true. I could make a whole video about also there's a lot of like, I think some black dudes, their karma is so bad that like they literally keep having these like actually genetically deformed babies. Like I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I keep seeing it. Like you'll see so many like NFL and NBA players being like, "Yes, my daughter has autism, cerebral palsy. She's brain dead. She has one heart cell." You'll be like, "Damn!" Like karma is real. Like you'll see the shit that they were doing. It's like, yes, he like literally was like hoeing all through LA and broke everyone's heart, lied to everyone, and then his daughter died at like 2 years old or something. And you'll be like, God did. Like, I'm not even like making that up, and I'm not trying to be shady. It's just something I've seen, and I've been watching it, and I was just like, damn, like, because you can't blame that on a black woman. Okay, it's doesn't really feel like that's the issue. It's probably you, sir. I'm rooting for some black men. I just really hope they like get it together before it's like not too late, because like it is becoming like pretty. It's so strange. Like I feel like a lot of black women are divesting, or black women are just like heavily women in general are just heavily focusing on their own careers, their own, like women in the Western world are hyper focused on media and just having opinions, talking about politics, whatever, even OnlyFans, whatever they're doing. It's not predicated on some man. And this is the first time like we're seeing this, especially since like men have tried to control the imagery of women, the opinions, the ideas of women for so long, and now women are speaking up, women are speaking back. It's the first time we're seeing this, but the thing with like whatever Ireland Baldwin is just it's so frustrating, because it's just like, how do you have these things that you don't deserve? It just makes you want to like not, maybe not you, but it makes me not want to participate in American society, because it's like, what am I working for? And this is another reason why I would just probably uh encourage other black women to like not really participate in a lot of the systems that you see like white women participating in, because it's like before they even try, they already have like a starter pack that like you don't have, and you will never have it because of like nepotism and like whiteness and American privilege. And instead of being salty about that, it's just one thing I wish I would have learned way sooner. There's all of these other stories that you could like tell, all of these other experiences that you could have that could bring you a lot of joy, and that joy could be stripped from you if you compare yourself to what those women have. Like there isn't a standard narrative for all women. Like we do have to start like with the narrative and the starting place of black women if you are that, and that's what this channel is for. So I don't know if that if I have more time to like write these thoughts out, then I'll be able to explain them in more depth. But for now, this is all I got, because I just am like ranting on topics that I come across with media that I consume. So